How to Train Your Useless Dragon by Mika Crispy on AO3. Chapter 19. How to... Oh my god, what is happening? Kaminari Denki is really tired of being left behind while Bakugou and Kirishima run off to play. Yeah, they might say they are doing special training, but Denki knows that's bullshit. They're having fun and going on dates with Mina and Izuku. So, that morning, when he heard around the village that the four were seen running up the mountain, he grabbed Sero and ran after them. He wants to have fun too. It's unfair that he and Sero are left behind just because they don't have girlfriends or boyfriends. Yuka is going to come around someday, okay? He honestly thought he would find Bakugou and the others pretty quickly and not hike aimlessly in the mountain for the rest of the day. But, finally, they have found them. There they are, hugging each other with terrified looks on their faces. Guys, there's no need to freak out. We won't rattle you all to Baizawa. We just want to play around too, Denki says, pouting and crossing his arms. Really, he and Hanta walked all the way up here to be received in such a rude way? That is not cool. Come, I don't think they're nervous about Aizawa, Sero says with a very serious and scared voice by his side. Denki whips his head to see what is wrong with his friend and notices all the blood seems to vanish from Sero's face. He is deadly pale and points to the sky, absolutely terrified as well. What? What are you talking about? Kaminari says, looking to where Hanta is pointing just to see four giant dragons landing just 40 feet away from them. Izuku and Bakugou are hugging each other. Bakugou has this ugly snarl on his face, ready to fight the dragons with his teeth and nails. Mina is hiding Kirishima with her body, and the boy is hugging her by the waist and hiding his face on the crook of her neck. None of them have weapons or any way to defend themselves, so Denki has an idea. Guys, don't move. They won't notice we're here if we don't move. What? They can fucking see us, idiot. Don't yell, Bakugou. You're gonna startle the dragons, and they will eat us. Just play dead and don't move. You're the one screaming, and how can we play dead and not move at the same time? Creatively? You guys, they can hear you, Mina says, rolling her eyes. Kirishima releases his hold on the girl's waist, grabbing her hand and forcing her to look in his face. Kiri, I told you not to move! Denki yells. Mina, I love you. I've been hiding my feelings for so long, but if we're gonna die, I can't have any regrets. You were the love of my life, and I want to marry you in a big, beautiful ceremony. Probably in the spring, so we could have hundreds of pink flowers, and I will build us a house with a big library so we can have all the storybooks you could ever want. Kirishima's eyes are shining with tears, and he has the most beautiful smile on his face. Denki is so happy one of his friends found love like that. It would be the most beautiful wedding. Not everyone is supportive of Kaminari, though, and everyone yells at the same time. Congrats, Kiri, you're gonna be a very handsome groom, Denki expresses with support. Hiding for so long. Bitch, it's been less than a week. The fuck is wrong with you, shitty hair? Bakugou expresses his revelation about the wedding. Alright, maybe it is a little sudden, but when love happens, it happens, Bakugou. Guys, is this really the moment for this? The dragons look confused. Sero screams, looking very terrified. Shut up! All of you! Izuku yells furiously. Denki has never seen the sweet little dude so angry. Maybe he's also stressed about the dragons? Let Mina answer him! He looks at Mina with a supportive smile and motions with his hands for her to go on. Maybe Sarah is right and we should deal with this first. Mina has a tense smile on her face and points to the four dragons that have been very politely waiting all this time. I have an idea, Sero says, pulling an apple from the pocket of his pants and rolling it towards the dragons. When they do go to eat, we run. You can't just yell the plan, Bakugou yells. At this point, the vein on his temper is visually throbbing. It's a little freaky. Baku really needs to learn how to deal with his stress. Yeah, dude, do dragons even like apples? Denki asks Zero, confused. We like them, but it's only one apple and 6 of us, so I don't think it's gonna work, Izuku says, shrugging. Yeah, that makes sense. You can't expect 6 dragons to share a. What do you mean, 6 of us? Kaminari yells, completely confused. Can we deal with this without screaming? Mina yelled, while patting Kirishima's back caringly. Kirishima seems to be crying. Mina and I are dragons as well, Kami. These are our friends. They're looking for us, just like you and Sero. Izuku explains calmly. Well, at least he and Sero aren't the only ones being left out on dates. What do you mean you two are dragons? Sero screams, and suddenly the huge dark blue dragon disappears, and in its place there is a young man around their age with glasses and dressed with dark blue pants and a pristine white shirt. I must agree with Mina. All this screaming around is terribly unbecoming. Since it seems to me that these humans aren't threats, let's sit and talk properly about the destruction of their settlement. What the fuck, glasses? You ain't destroying shit! Bakugo yells. I'm not gonna let you hurt my village or my friends. And then, poof, another dragon transform. This time, it is the pink and silver dragon that becomes a girl with round cheeks and a pink dress. She looks very pissed, like rivaling Bakugo's level of angry. Then you took my friends away! She marches over Bakugo menacingly. Quickly, the other 2 dragons transform into humans. The purple one becomes a handsome boy with wild, lavish hair, black, purple pants, and a flowy white shirt. The white and red dragon become a white and red boy. It's freaky with his hair and face are split right down the middle with the 2 colors. The lavender boy holds the girl's arm and doesn't let her go at Bakugo. At the same time, Izuku keeps hugging Bakugo and preventing him from going to the girl. I didn't take anyone away, round cheeks. They wanted to stay with us. The red and white boy gets closer and quietly asks. Quietly enough that Kaminari and Sero almost don't hear, so they have to get closer to understand the tea. Izuku, is that true? Yeah, Izuku stutters, looking down. They haven't done anything bad to us, and this is no one's fault but my own. Mina was just keeping me company. I'm the one who broke the silent pact and revealed my magic to these humans. Hey, stop right there. You didn't reveal to anyone. I don't know a thing. Do you, Sarah? Kaminari asks, looking at Hanta, who just shakes his head confused. See? We don't know, and that is not cool, man. Not only you 4 dragons going on a special play dates and having fun on your own, but you actually hid that you and Mina were magical dragons? Kaminari says, waving his hands widely. Then he completes with a sad voice. I thought we were friends. Oh, Kami, we are friends, Mina pleads, still petting Kirishima's hair. We just didn't want to scare you two. And me? Did no one think of me? The pink girl eyes fill with tears and her lips quiver. Oh, poor thing, she's also sad about being left behind and out of the loop. Yeah, what about them? That is really not cool, Izuku. Your friends look pretty sad about this whole thing. Kaminari walks over and positions himself by the other dragon's side to show his support about being left in the dark about this whole situation. They had to stick together. Dude, Dinky, maybe, I don't know, come back here to this side? Zero says awkwardly, showing the spot by his side to Kaminari. No, we deserve explanation, Zero. These 4 hurt our feelings, he says, grabbing one of his arms around the lavender guy's shoulders, and the other around the pink girl. He then looks at them and says, Hi, I'm Dinky Kaminari. You can call me Kami or Dinky. The lavender guy gives him a small smile that makes Dinky's stomach flip in weird butterflies and says quietly, I'm Matoshi, and this is Ochako. Nice to meet you, Hitoshi, Denki says, blushing. Oh no! Not another one. You fuckers have no sense of decency. This whole love at first sight bullshit is starting to get on my nerves. Bakugo yells, making Denki jump and take his arms off the dragon's shoulders. Hachan, you shouldn't judge people's feelings like that. They can love whoever they want. Izuku nags him, glaring at the taller boy. Bakugo just huffs and keeps quiet. Again, I do believe we should sit down and have a proper conversation. This whole ordeal is breaking every rule in the book, and we need to make things right. The dark blue boy says, karate chopping the air to make his point. It takes a damn long time until everyone, humans and dragons, are sitting in a big circle on the shadow of a tree. Izuku has to hold Bakugo down the whole time, or else the blonde boy would start snarling at the other dragons. Ochako is still sniffling while being accompanied by Itoshi, and yeah, maybe Kaminari and Itoshi trade some glances, but Denki is just curious about the boy, okay? It's not every day you meet a handsome and mysterious magical dragon. Kirishima and Mina seem to be in a bubble of their own. The boy still has tears in his eyes and a puffy nose, and they whisper quietly to one another. Thankfully, only Hugh heard a few odd phrases, like, "But don't you want us to? We can talk about this later. It's too early." And, "Of course, I like it. It's pretty manly, as you say." Right now, we are all settled. We can begin. The official ruling of the elders state that if a dragon's ability to shift into human form is discovered by humans, the human settlement of the one who discovered must be destroyed, and the dragon who allowed the discovery must be taken to judgment by the elders. The dark blue boy, that Denki found out is called Tenya, says seriously and fixes his glasses on his face. "No, I'm not gonna let you destroy shit, Four Eyes," Katsuki yells, and is shushed by Izuku. "This is just the official ruling, Kachan. It doesn't mean we're going to follow it." "I think we need to hear the whole story before making any kind of decision," Shoto says calmly, indicating for Tenya to sit back. "I can explain," Izuku says, perking up in his place. "Kachan and I met in a tiny island on the border of the human and dragon territory. I was hurt and he tried to kill me to take my teeth, as a Viking tradition." The dragon's breath hitched as they heard that. "But he didn't," Izuku completes. "I transformed before he swung his sword, and we began talking. Kachan had a lot of questions about dragons, and I had a lot of questions about humans. So, we decided to keep meeting, first on Turtle Island, and then in this mountaintop. We became friends." He smiles at Katsuki and says quietly, "Special friends." "And is this why you are staying here for so long? Mina said you were hurt," Hitoshi asked. "I was. I tried using my quirk, and you guys know what it can do to me. So I broke my wing, and I had to stay some time in the human village with Kachan and Kirishima." "How did Kirishima find out?" Shoto asked, and Ochako talks over him. "And how'd you get hurt again? The humans forced you to use your quirk?" Ochako asks angrily. "No, they didn't. They didn't force me to do anything, Ochako. We were training. Kachan has been helping me learn how to control my powers. He taught me how to use my teeth and now to use my quirk," Izuku defends, fiercely. "So is that why you flew faster than us, out there by the sea?" Hitoshi comments. And Denki can't help but ask, "You can fly? That is so cool." "Of course he can fly, dunce face. You saw him arrive flying just an hour ago," Katsuki barks. And Denki blushes because he forgot about that. "Yeah, right," Denki murmurs. And Shinso gives him another one of his smiles that makes his heart flutter. "Congrats on learning how to use your teeth and quirk, Izuku," Tenya says proudly. "And about Kirishima?" "Oh, yeah, Kirishima followed Kachan one afternoon because he was curious why Kachan kept disappearing. And then he saw us," Izuku says. "More like followed 6 times, but I found them eventually." Kirishima says, chuckling. And none of your friends are afraid of dragons? Shoto asks, with his even tone. It's so weird how the dragon doesn't show emotion at all when Mina, Izuku, and Ochako are so honest with their feelings. What is there to be afraid of? Damn lizards are just big. I can take any of you down. Bakugo barks with a snarl in place. Kachan, that isn't polite. What is not polite is these fuckers coming here and threatening us. We haven't done anything wrong. But you did, Tenya interrupted. Kirishima, Kaminari, and Sero may have been innocent bystanders who got wrangled in your mess, but Izuku and Bakugo broke every rule of the dragon and Vikings. And very well that the Viking law states that dragons should be killed on sight if they're on human territory. Well, those rules suck. I'm not gonna kill Deku. You may choose to disregard the rules of your people, Bakugo, but we are dragons. We respect our elders and their rules. Tenya says, decisively. Exactly, Tenya. The elders' rulings state everything you said so far. But it also states that when an elder is present, he can choose to forfeit the traditional ruling, and instead use his own judgment to decide what must be done. This is true, Tenya equates. And I'm the youngest member of the Elder Councilor. So, my ruling should be final about this matter. Shota says, and suddenly, everyone seems tenser. Katsuki hugs Izuku against his chest, again, and Mina and Kirishima join their heads while holding hands. Denki looks over to Itoshi, thinking about holding his hand too, just to show support and such, but Shoto keeps talking before he can do anything. My ruling is, we do not have enough information yet. This seems to be a very unique stance. It can't be compared to the cases we've heard about dragons' magics being discovered by humans. The human and dragon in question clearly have very strong feelings for each other. We must stay here to properly understand if this poses a threat to all dragons before making a final decision. What? Katsuki screams. No! Ochako protests. You can stay at my place, Denki says, smiling to Itoshi. Well, since Elder Shota has decided, I suppose we have no option but to mingle with the humans. Tenya agrees. How can he be an elder? He looks about our age, Sarah asks. It's a political thing. His father's already part of the council and Shota is really strong. Izuku explains to him. Sarah laughs. We are lucky this doesn't happen in our village, or else we would have to put up with Bakugo acting like he's the boss around here. Does Bakugo have a standing over human politic affairs? Shota asks Izuku. Yes, his mother's the ruler. That makes Kachan a princess, Izuku says, smiling. I'm not a fucking princess. Kaminari can't help rolling around laughing with the image of Bakugo wearing a poofy dress and a little crown. Oh my god, Baku is a princess? This is priceless. I'm gonna fucking kill you, dunce face. Katsuki launches himself at Denki, trying to strangle him. But Kaminari has been running away from Bakugo's murderous attempt since he could walk. So, you could say he's kind of an expert. He rolls around away before Bakugo manages to catch him, and gets on his feet to start running before the furious blonde could notice. However, there's too many people around and Denki ends up stumbling over Itoshi. Kaminari blushes a vivid red when he sees that he is practically on top of the handsome dragon, and forgets he should be running from Bakugo. Luckily, Hitoshi doesn't forget, and pulls him away when Katsuki barges against them. Bakugo ends up knocking over Tenya, and makes his flashes fly away. Finally, Izuku grabs hold of Bakugo again, preventing him from attacking other people as an enraged bull. Kachan, stop! My glasses! I lost my glasses, Tenya says anxiously. Nobody step on them! Why do you need glasses anyways, dude? I thought dragons have perfect vision, Sarah asks, confused. We do, but our human form is a representation of how we look inside our hearts. If Tenya's mental image of himself has glasses, his human form will have glasses, Mina explains to them. I can't find them, Tenya cries, trying to feel for the glasses on the poofy grass. We'll help you, bro, Kirishima says, kneeling down on the grass to look for the glasses as well. For crying out loud, they're magical glasses. Can't he turn it off and turn it on again? Katsuki asks, frustrated. Kachan, Not again. Don't be rude. I thought you understand how this worked with the whole Mina being pink thing. Izuku shakes his head, disappointed with Katsuki before kneeling down and looking for the glasses too. Suddenly, a very crucial question pops on Kaminari's head. A question that may change their whole world's concept. Hey, are the sheep magic too? He asks, and everyone stops what they're doing and looks at him with different levels of disbelief. Katsuki looks ready to yell at him and then stops himself, thinking again, and murmurs quietly, I never thought about that. Kirishima's eyes grow huge, and he only says, sneaky goats. This is quite literally crack. I love this. Oh my god, that, and like, are sheep magic too? I never thought about that. Sneaky goats. Oh my god, I love this. So, big, oh my god, they got discovered. What, did you guys think something horrible was gonna happen? This is a crack feel-good fic. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, feel-good's a little... Fluff with slight angst is what it is. Fluff with slight angst is what it is. But, yeah. So, how does that seem to you guys? Like, funny haha, right? Funny haha. It's a very interesting chapter, this one. I think Bakugo's super stressed, so clearly he goes back to his, like, grr, everything. I love having Izuku yell. That was fun. That was fun. I don't get to do that often. So I loved it. I was very much happy with it. I'm also taking notes on Dinky's voice, considering that I am writing a fan fiction where one of the main characters is Dinky. There's 4 main characters, and one of them is Dinky, and I need to give him a voice that isn't just nothing. So I'll be experimenting with Dinky's voice from here on out. So if Dinky's voice is different, sorry. I'm just experimenting. I'm trying new things. I'm trying to give him a permanent voice because some characters just don't have a permanent voice. But yeah, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.